Hi, everybody. This is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut, too. Hope you like this video and subscribe. We're going to talk about the trade candidates for this year. Obviously, we're getting close to free agency. We're going to have free agency start Monday, Tuesday, very, very soon. But it's not a very strong market. So here's from this is from CBSSports.com, MLB trade candidates from Juan Soto to Mike Trout, ranking 25 players based on how likely they are going to be traded and moved. Skip the preamble. Juan Soto. Padres will reportedly trim payroll down to $200 million or so in 24, and will take some work even with Josh Hader and Blake Snell becoming free agents. Now, I would mention about the Padres, they were hoping to get a big contract from a broadcasting situation, but that fell apart. So they don't have the money now, and they're going to start paring out the payroll. Trade Soto would clear his projected $30+ million salary next season. He's a year away from free agency, and the Scott Boras client is unlikely to sign an extension without testing the market. The Padres won't get as much as they gave up for him last year, but they would get a very nice package of young players. Trading Soto is the most straightforward path to reducing payroll and adding young talent to the organization. The trade is a distinct possibility. They don't have a good farm system, the Padres. Possible landing spots. The prohibitive salary and 1 year of control means only contenders will come calling. The Blue Jays, Cubs, and Yankees are obvious fits. The Orioles should get involved as well, and I would not rule out the Phillies or Rangers making a run at Soto as well. I would also put the Mets in there. I don't see the Orioles doing it because they're not going to give up their young everyday players for 1 year because the owner will not, John Angelos will not spend money. He said he's not spending money. If he does, he's going to raise ticket prices. So he's not going to do that. That I can guarantee you that. He's not going to do that. I don't know what's going on with the Yankees. There's a bit of a question mark. I can see him going to the Phillies. I can see him going to the Cubs, the Blue Jays. But I don't see him going to the Orioles under any circumstances. Number 2, Paul Blackburn. The A's have just about torn their roster down to the studs, though some tradable players remain, most notably Blackburn. The soon-to-be 30-year-old generally eats innings at a league average rate, and an improved slider led to a career-best strikeout rate this past season. Blackburn has missed time with finger injuries the last 2 seasons, and he's probably not someone you want to start in Game 1 and 2 of a postseason series anyway. But he's steady, and he comes with 2 affordable years of team control. They say here, the Cardinals, Orioles, Red Sox, pretty much any team really. Every team needs pitching, especially pitching that can keep beyond 2024. Here's 2 Tampa Bay Rays. Tyler Glasnow and Manuel Margot. All right, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Let the buyer beware with any players from the Rays. The Rays don't give up anybody of note. So you be very careful with them. It's cliche to single out the highest paid Rays as trade candidates, but the Rays keep trading their highest paid players. According to Cox baseball contracts, Tampa has approximately $122 million on the books for the next season, including arbitration projections. They had a $73.2 million opening day payroll this past season, and the franchise record is an $83.9 million payroll in 2022. Either ownership is going to raise payroll significantly, or well-compensated players like Glasnow and Margot are heading out the door. Tampa's history suggests the latter. And if they get moved, let the buyer beware. Let the buyer beware. While every team would love Glasnow, 1 year of control means his market will be limited to teams expecting to contend in 23. Figure the Cardinals, Cubs, Dodgers, Giants, Mets, and Padres will be heavily involved. Margot can cover ground in the outfield and punish lefties. The Marlins, Twins, and Yankees stand out as potential suitors. Why would they want Margot, the Yankees, when they need left-handed hitting? Okay. I would mention on the side of the pitching note, you can see the Dodgers all involved with the pitchers. Okay. Ezekiel Duran, shortstop. According to Joey Gallo trade with the Yankees, Duran is capital B, blocked with the Rangers. They have a full infield and a full outfield with number 2023 number 4 pick Wyatt Langford coming in a hurry. Where's he going to go, they're saying? The Brewers, the Red Sox, and the White Sox. Durant has the skill set to put up big numbers in Fenway Park. Just about every team could use him and find a way to get him into their lineup. Every team except the Rangers, that is. The Brewers. They have two players that could be on the block. Corbin Burnes and Willie Adames. Milwaukee was dealt a significant blow when Brandon Woodruff underwent shoulder surgery that was sidelined him most, if not all, of next season. Woodruff, like Adames and Burnes, will be a free agent after the 2024 season. The Brewers could have kept everyone together and tried to make a run at another National League Central title next year. That will be difficult without Woodruff, though, and they can't kick the can down the road much further with Adames and Burnes. The best time to trade them is in the offseason, when more teams think they're in it and haven't used up their payroll space yet. The best free agent middle infielder might be Elvis Andrus. Adames would instantly become the best available shortstop if the Brewers put him on the market. Similar to Glasnow, the Burnes market will be limited to contenders given his 1 year of team control. So the Dodgers, Mets, and Padres immediately jump to mind. Adames makes a ton of sense for the Marlins. Ditto the Dodgers. I don't see the Padres doing that, considering they're not going to they don't have any free prospects anyway. The Dodgers I can see. Obviously, the Mets I can see because David Stern's here. He has a relationship with that front office. And obviously, maybe the Marlins since they lost Sandy Alcantara. But that would be a 1 year deal with them. I don't know what's going on with the Marlins. They don't have a general manager now. Here's another one. Let the buyer beware. And this is Guardian Shane Bieber. You needn't look back too far to see the last time Cleveland traded its ace coming off an injury-plagued season. In December 2019, they sent Corey Kluber to the Texas Rangers for a package that included Emmanuel Clase, and the injuries limited him to 35. Let me tell you something. Stay away from him. He's another guy. His velocity is way down from what people were writing to me during the summer. The Cardinals, Giants, Mets, and Orioles. There's never a shortage of possible suitors. Qualities. How many times is this guy going to repeat himself? Now, here's the most intriguing one in my view. Dylan Cease of the White Sox. He's the most intriguing guy. Cease's follow-up to his 22 AL Cy Young runner-up campaign did not go especially well. Though he turns only 28 next month and he has 2 years of control remaining, plus he features the kind of power stuff teams crave. The White Sox have a new head of baseball operations in Chris Getz, and trading your ace is a difficult move to make in your first off-season at the helm. Then again, the White Sox need help over the roster, and trade Cease is the quickest way to get that help. Now, he would be an interesting guy for any team. Possible landing spots. The Astros, Cardinals, and Rangers were viewed as the top destinations for him at the trade deadline, and there's no reason to think those clubs wouldn't circle back this offseason. I'll put the Dodgers in there. They say the Diamondbacks and Orioles. The Orioles, I don't see them doing that. They're going to give him a long-term contract down the road? I don't think so. And the Mets, I would say, too. It could be in on him. Next up, two guys from the Twins, Max Kepler and Jorge Polanco. The Twins picked up the affordable club option for Kepler earlier this week. Will they keep him, though? Minnesota has a small army of lefty-hitting outfielders who are younger and cheaper than Kepler. If they put him back in the outfield, touted prospect Emmanuel Rodriguez, and they could move on from Polanco if they believe Royce Lewis can stay healthy. And Edouard Julien has legitimately improved his defense at second. I think Kepler's more likely to go than Polanco, but I don't think Polanco is off limits. He shouldn't be anyway. Possible landing spots for Kepler and Polanco could be a package deal. Mariners. There is not a deal that Jerry DiPoto won't make. The Blue Jays can make it work. So could the Red Sox. The Mets and AL Central rival Guardians make sense for Kepler, and Seattle should be over Polanco. The Orioles infielders. Shortstop Jorge Mateo. I'm going to cheat and list Baltimore's infielders as one player here. The Orioles have a lot of them, more than they can realistically fit on one roster. So it makes sense to use some as trade chips to improve other parts of the team. Baltimore's 9 first base infielders can be split into 3 groups. Untouchables. Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Holliday. Make me an offer. Kobe Mayo, Joey Ortiz, Connor Norby, and Jordan Westberg. Definitely available. Jorge Mateo and Ramon Urias. Henderson is likely to win the AL Rookie of the Year, and Holliday is the game's best prospect. They're going nowhere. Given how young these players are, every team should be after them, especially rebuilding clubs like the Nationals, Pirates, and Tigers. Is there a Burnes for infielders trade to be made, or a Cease for infielders? That's the kind of return the Orioles should target here. An immediate difference maker. Now, this is a name that's popped up. This is Alex Verdugo, from the Red Sox. Where they say he's going to go. Giants president of baseball operations Fardan Zaldi overlapped with Verdugo during their Dodgers days, so perhaps there's interest there. Verdugo would fit Miami's contact-heavy approach as well. With the Yankees and Red Sox hooked up for a trade, New York has needed a left fielder for 3 years now. Yeah, but he doesn't have any power. He doesn't fit well with the Yankees. My view. From the Cardinals, Dylan Carlson and Tyler O'Neill. Where are they saying they're going to go? Yankees have had interest in Carlson in the past, and I would imagine they'll check back in this winter. Nationals, Tigers, and White Sox all need outfield help as well. O'Neill would be a fine complement to Minnesota's many lefty-hitting outfields as well. There's Jonathan India from the Reds. They say that the Mariners and Red Sox need a second baseman. Many teams need, believe India can handle third base, his college position at the University of Florida. The market would open up more. The Brewers, Diamondbacks, Mets, and Yankees could all use a hot corner upgrade. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Vaughn Grissom of the Atlanta Braves. Possible landing spots for him. The Brewers, the Mariners, Marlins, Yankees, so on and so forth. Atlanta will want MLB players in return, not prospects, which could be an obstacle during trade talks with some teams. Now, obviously, he didn't play much. He was going into the season as the presumptive shortstop, but that didn't happen. The New York Yankees, Kyle Higashioka, the catcher, and Gleyber Torres. The Yankees would be foolish to trade Torres, in my view. Don't trade him. For Torres, it's the Mariners and Marlins, Miami, and the Yankees have discussed him in each of the last 2 trade deadlines. But I would mention that the Marlins do not have Kim Nang there now. So she does not have that. I don't know who the general manager is going to be down there in Miami. Higgy could fit with the Brewers, Padres, and White Sox, among others. From the Nationals, Hunter Harvey and Kyle Finnegan, a bunch of relievers. The Angels, Cubs, Mets, Rangers, and Red Sox all make sense. Basically, any team planning to contend next season should give the Nationals a call. Harvey and Finnegan would make just about any bullpen better. I would mention about the Mets bullpen. They're getting there when Diaz is back. And you can mix and match guys in the middle of your bullpen, as long as he's returning. Logan Gilbert. Oh, boy. Logan Gilbert's probably going to get moved. Every team could use a guy like Gilbert, and that is especially true of the Orioles. I could see him going there. And Baltimore won't part with prospects to get a highly effective starter with long-term control like Gilbert, and I have no idea who they are willing to trade prospects to get. The Dodgers and the Red Sox should be in heavy on Gilbert, too. Eloy Jimenez of the White Sox. He's next. Where are they saying he's going to go? Playing big for a DH is not really their thing, but the Rays are a good fit. The Blue Jays and Mets, that's for damn sure, could use a big bat at DH as well and can afford a pricey DH. Okay, this is the one I don't really care for. Pete Alonso. At least one team made a significant push for Alonso at the trade deadlines, the Cubs. I'm certain more teams will come calling this winter. I think the most likely outcome is Alonso, who's a year away from free agency, will sign a long-term contract to stay with the Mets. He loves the organization. Owner Steve Cohen can certainly afford any contract. That all said, the fact of the matter is Alonso will be mentioned in trade talks until that extension is signed. The article says we'll hear a lot of noise about Alonso this offseason, perhaps so much that he seems more available than he really is. I think he'll be here, and I think that he'll sign a contract next year. The Brewers tried for Alonso at the deadline. The Cubs have a glaring need for a middle of the bat order first base bat. So they're at the top of the list of suitors. I don't think we can ever rule out the Padres. I can, because they're not making any big moves now. They'll be getting rid of players, particularly when the Mets have shown a willingness to eat money to maximize the return. This contract's not crazy. And finally on this list, which is the most ridiculous name on this list, is Mike Trout. They say they rank all 30 teams. Yeah, okay. They're going to rank the Marlins on this group? I don't think so. He's got 20 more years on his contract. He's 32 years old. He's constantly hurt. He's not going anywhere. The Angels are stuck with him. Sorry to say. And his better days are behind him. He can't stay healthy. The contract that he has with them has hampered that team. They have bad ownership there. Management doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And they're going to lose Shohei Ohtani. So that is a disaster. And he's stuck there. If he were to go to a place, the place I could see him going to is Philadelphia. That's the only place I could see that could probably take on the contract and be more than happy to have him there. So, because he lives from, I guess he's from New Jersey, I guess, from South Jersey. And I guess the Phillies were his favorite team growing up. That's the most obvious place to me. So, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2, and I'll see you later.